Star Trek Phase 2 New Voyages Episode 2 to serve all my days. And Star Trek has been controversial before, and it certainly is very controversial now, but this is the first time a fan film has been controversial, because I hate the ending. I'll start with the spoilers right away. I hate the ending, and I do not buy the justification put out by James Cawley and generally the guys behind New Voyages. I hate the ending. And this was a great, amazing episode. One of the best Star Trek New Voyages episodes ever. One of the best Star Trek fan films ever. But I hate the ending. And I do not buy the explanation that the makers of this episode gave for it, even though it was an amazing episode. But let me start from the beginning. Because starting from the beginning, this is where Star Trek New Voyages, Phase 2 New Voyages really started to hit its stride. This is when it started to be good. This is when it started to become the fan show we loved. This is really good. The script was written by DC Fontana, which is when Star Trek New Voyages started to have scripts written by real Star Trek professionals. And the show is anchored by Walter Koenig appearing as Pavel Chekhov in his iconic role. And Walter Koenig he's amazing. He's always been amazing. He's been amazing as Pavel Chekhov, and I think a lot of you who are listening to this, if anyone is listening to this, are fans of Babylon 5, and you all know how amazing Walter Koenig is. Watching Walter Koenig play his role as Bester on Babylon 5, he's amazing, and he really anchors this episode with a script written by DC Fontana, and it's a really great story, and it has. First of all, it has the beginning advantage of, for the first time in any Star Trek whatsoever, talking about an economy, about politics in Star Trek, that a fan film would even dare to talk about this, something that Star Trek generally ignored, because Star Trek wasn't about politics and economy and real world stuff like that. It was about exploring strange new worlds and new civilizations, but not about the grunt down level normal real world stuff, and that it had the courage to explore this subject, that we have resources, we need to watch our economy and this kind of stuff. That was really cool, and explained by an actress that on TOS played Chekhov's girlfriend. That was funny enough by itself. Not really funny, but it fit together that this actress would play the counterpart to Walter Koenig after so many years, and explaining the economy and the politics of the Federation. And it's really ambitious, and it works, and it leads to the story that the aging virus in the TOS episode, The Deadly Years, when everyone starts aging, and it didn't affect Chekhov. I don't even remember if we saw him in the episode at all, but it didn't affect him in the episode, and now it makes a resurgence in him kind of years later, but they can't find the same solution that worked for the rest of them that will work for him. So he's just stuck being aging, and there's nothing anyone can do about it, and he has to come to terms with himself aging, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And his girlfriend from TOS, who is now a bit older but a different character and still very connected to him, it really works. And his younger self, who is played by an amateur actor from Star Trek New Voyages, they help him to come to terms with his condition the way it is now, and it really works, really makes sense. And the way it is written, it just really works. The way DC Fontana writes it, it's just fits the character. And there's even the quote that this whole story is turning to be very Russian. And if you personally know Russian people, it really fits. Because I'm from Germany and we've had like 3 million Russian immigrants. I've met a lot of Russians in my life, and it's part of the Russian culture that this whole idea of situations that completely overwhelm you and you cannot do anything about it, but you take it in a way that it's hard to describe. This Russian way of standing above adversity. It's not really standing above, it's just looking at adversity in a way that, okay, that happens. It's a bit an Al Bundy and Married with Children way, but a lot more sardonic, a lot darker. Like, okay, my whole family died, and that happens, I guess, and yeah. And it's a really Russian thing. If you know Russian people personally, you can really identify with it, with the way it is written. And Walter Koenig, of course, delivers it perfectly, but also the amateur actor who plays his version of Pavel Chekhov in New Voyages, he also does it perfectly. And the conversations between them, they work perfectly, thanks not only to the script of DC Fontana, but also to both actors. Not just the professional actor, but also the amateur actor. It works perfectly. But we had to get back to this point. I hate the ending, and I hate the explanation given for it by the New Voyages people, that in the end Chekhov dies, and in the next episode Chekhov is alive, because the New Voyages people give the explanation that this is episodic, and what happens in one episode doesn't matter for the next episode. So if Chekhov dies in this episode, it doesn't matter for the next episode. Okay, I know Star Trek is episodic and there's kind of a reset button after every episode, but if a character dies and then reappears the next episode, that's just stupid. I'm sorry, that's stupid. I hate that. I love this episode of New Voyages, but I hate the ending. I hate it. I love the episode, everything about it. I hate the ending, and I hate the explanation. I hate it. That was so stupid. That, he can die in the end and be back in the next episode because it's episodic. No. I hate it. I absolutely hate the ending. And that was really the first time a fan film was controversial, which I guess is a testament to how much people even back then cared about New Voyages. I cared about New Voyages, and we all hated the ending. And even though they wanted to put out that explanation, it's episodic, everybody hated it. That was just stupid. That was just shit. That was just really, really dumb. That was a really bad ending. They should have found a way to make it work, but they didn't find a way to make it work. So they gave that stupid explanation that it's episodic and in the next episode he's alive. No, that's just stupid. I hated the ending, but I loved the episode. Everything except the ending was perfect. Everything up to that point was perfect. If they didn't have to do that annoying, stupid ending, it would have been absolutely perfect and absolutely worthy of being a continuation of Star Trek TOS. The ending sucked, but the rest of the episode, this is the reason why you should watch New Voyages, why everybody loves New Voyages. That's why New Voyages was awesome. That was an amazing episode. The ending sucked, but the episode itself was awesome. So really, that's what made the show great. The ending sucked, but the entire episode itself, it was great. So watch New Voyages.